At Avay, our goal is always to advance research, and this often comes with customized instruments which require a specific level of attention. Over the last 10 to 20 years, 3D printing has become very common, but with materials like thermoplastic. Often materials like PLA and ABS are used to create objects, and there exists a need to do rapid prototyping with different types of materials which are of higher viscosity and other such things. In this aspect, at IIT Madras, we are honored here today to be able to install one of our advanced machines at the Center of Excellence for Soft and Biological Matter. And so we have Dr. Susy Varughese and Dr. Abhijit Deshpande to share some of their thoughts on what was going on in their mind when they were planning such a research statement.
So as polymer researchers, one of our key requirements is to work with various blends and composites of polymers which have fillers, and they come in various different class of polymeric materials themselves, and to get them in complex shapes with feature size, this printer is a very versatile printer which is extrusion based, so that the materials that can be processed here are usually not being processed right now within the 3D printing domain, where either a filament or a melt based printing can be done. So therefore, this is the strength of this. Added with that is capability of doing mixing and printing with heating and visualization while printing.
So it's about how this idea of this printer came about, how we started thinking about a printer that could print a product that was in our imagination, that is something that is flexible enough, something like silicone rubber products that we see everywhere. But at the same time, we wanted some finer features. So how do we get that was one of the questions.
Yeah, and the first tough thing was to, whether such a thing exists or not. And we were looking around, scrambling around, thinking, whether such a machine does exist. And in fact, one of the printers that we contacted, that printer very confidently told us that, currently in worldwide, no such machine can do these kind of features and with such high viscosity fluids. And so that's where our search really started. Can we pursue our dream, or, it's not possible?
So then we came across this liquid silicone rubber printing machine. So then we thought, is it possible to print such high viscosity liquid polymers? Is there something? Or similarly, we also wanted to print it using some biodegradable materials like natural polymers, which may be in water-based systems or others. Is it possible to print such things? And what the problem is that whether we can get it, and after printing, do we have a shape that can be held? Because these are fluids, they don't have a shape when it is printed, right?
Yeah, so where we said, okay, let's think of such a machine and let's see whether we can get there.
So for example, there are UV curable gels or UV curable materials that can be, or for even silicone also, once you print it, it is mostly cured using either room temperature vulcanization or something called UV based curing.
Yeah, then also adding on other things that, okay, since we are so experimental, we are so innovation based, then we need capability of visualizing what's happening, so that it gives us a better handle to quickly look at what's happening.
We wanted to add more features to the printer. So this printer is also giving us opportunity to look at the object that we are printing while it is happening, like using microscopes.
So the way it looks right now is we started out saying an application and what the eventual product may look like. But with this kind of a printer, we now are visualizing ourselves as those people who can work in terms of printability, those who can work in terms of you name a material, we can try to see whether it can be printed in a complex shape, So we are also looking at more ourselves
and
now.
also keeping the resolution
In mind. That's why then our expertise as rheology with printability is the strength hopefully we will do. So the journey was supposedly with application, but now we are exploiting our rheology and polymers knowledge to also talk about printability. So let's see. So this machine will give us this now widening our horizons in terms of what research we can do.